back to Tabletop 24. Welcome back to the UKGE show floor. I'm here with Benji from Osprey Games. Obviously, we caught up last year.
We did.
Last year was the big news of Stalingrad.
Yes, it's my Stalingrad that's here. Yeah.
Yes, and everybody's been seeing that come out.
Yep.
There's been a lot of sort of buzz around the diverging narrative that you've got in there. But it's not the only thing that's happened to the Undaunted series, has it?
We're really lucky to be going from strength to strength. So Undaunted for us was like, we got some of our first 10 out of 10 reviews. We got featured in the Guardian newspaper for the first time. Like, it was a huge deal. So whatever we released after that, we knew was going to have to really make an impact. Today is that impact for us. So Undaunted Battle of Britain, we're going back to form. So Undaunted Battle of Britain is our new game. It is entirely based around aerial dogfighting. So we're changing up the format a little bit from the usual stuff, but we're going back to form of like similar kind of box form factor, similar two-player game. It's completely standalone. This one goes back to similar kind of price points, some of the others. So we're hoping that it keeps people engaged in Undaunted and the Undaunted that they love, and it lets us experiment with something new. Yeah. We've got hexes for the first time, which is blowing my mind because we've been demoing so many games with square tiles. That makes a big difference. But also, if you've played X-Wing or something like that, like persistent movement is huge. That's kind of what our game does. So we're looking at experimenting with the form, and David and Trevor, our designers, are really good at introducing new mechanics and features to kind of keep the whole Undaunted series going and alive.
Yeah, but the only question now is going to be, what's going to be next for that series? So we've had squad warfare. We have had vehicles.
Yep.
We have had campaign.
Yep.
We have now had aerial battles.
Yep.
Is there going to be anything else on the horizon?
It's excellent. It's an excellent question. A lot of people have been asking. I can give no information out. I can promise that we do have more Undaunted on the way. We have some new interesting things, and most importantly, David and Trevor, as a lot of people will know, the designers, are always present online. So if people are ever talking and saying, these are the things that we'd really like to see, we are listening, they are listening. We have a big board that has all the stuff on that people are saying, these are the theatres we like to cover, these are the mechanics we'd like to do. We are listening to those things and we are working on some of them.
Yeah, which is great. And look, they're listening to that feedback, they're listening to what people want, and obviously people wanted a big epic campaign. Yeah. People got that. Yeah. People wanted aerial combat. They've got that. So it's only just going to go from that.
I think that's also a really good segue. A lot of people have been asking about Pacific theatre combat. Obviously, it's huge for the American audience, which is a big part of board gaming culture, is like America. And our next game from David Thompson and Trevor Benjamin, which is coming out later this year in October, General Orders specifically has some of that Pacific theatre in it. Yeah. Now, that doesn't mean we're not going to do it in Undaunted, but they were really keen to be doing something that covered that, because people have been asking it for a long time. So that's our little foray, dipping your toes.
There you go. So it's a little bit of giving away that, that's something that they've listened to, that's something they've gone. Because, like I say, Undaunted isn't just what you do. You've got these other bits that are coming out, and they're listening to things like that. So what else is on the lineup at the minute?
So General Orders is the next thing I'm working on. So we've got that coming out, like I say, in October. That's our worker placement war game. There aren't worker placement war games, that doesn't exist, so we're really excited to have another small box game that does something very unique, just like Village Rails did last year. That's our next big release, and then later on at the end of the year, we're hoping coming out just in time for Christmas. We're working with Fabio Lapiano again, so Sancore, which I have only this white sample box for.
You're doing it to us again, you're putting it behind glass. You say you can't have it.
It's the spiritual successor to Merv, the Heart of the Silk Road. Sancore, the Pride of Mansa Musa, is a mid-weight Euro that is just filled with stuff. So I've been describing it as basically like 4 or 5 games in one. If you like your Euros, this is crunchy, it's got all the bits, it's got different kinds of game that are all interweaving and interlocking. It has solo all the way up, so if you've got a big group, perfect. If you want to play it on your own, perfect too. It's going to be a really big, juicy experience that, like I say, for the end of the year, it's going to hopefully just slip into Christmas. And then we've got one more thing that we haven't got here, but I should bring up because the designers are here. We've got Imperium Horizons coming out at the very beginning of next year. Okay. Imperium Horizons being the long-awaited sequel to Imperium Classics and Legends, that was the Board Game Geek #1 hotness for a very very long time. It's a standalone game with 14 civilizations all in one box. It's a big box Imperium game, more from the same designers. We've overhauled the rulebook that people have been asking for. We've brought in new factions that people have been asking for. Basically, like I said with the Undaunted, we listen to people and we incorporate that in what we do.
Yeah, which is fantastic. I was a big fan of the Imperium stuff when that came out. It's got a really nice series sort of thing to it. Like you said, there's a little bit of tweaks that have happened.
Yeah, of course.
There's a lot of feedback that's been given on that, but it's great that people are listening. So fantastic. Benji, thank you for your time here today.
Thank you so much.
Check out these guys. Obviously, everybody's a big fan of Undaunted. We've got the Imperium stuff, but there is also other bits and pieces that they do. Check out our other videos from the convention, and we will catch you next time. Take care.